Welcome to Documentary Reel, where we explore the lessons of history to understand our present. Today, we ask a chilling question: as modern superpowers face immense challenges, are we walking the same path that led to the collapse of the Roman Empire? The fall of the Western Roman Empire wasn't a single event, but a long, slow decay, a series of crises that eroded its foundations over centuries. By examining the key factors that brought down the greatest empire in history, we can see unnerving parallels to our own time. First, let's look at the Roman economy. In the 3rd century AD, the empire was gripped by a devastating crisis of inflation. Emperors, needing to fund a massive army and extravagant public projects, began to debase their currency. They minted new coins, like the denarius, with less and less precious metal, mixing it with cheaper base metals. People quickly realized their money was worth less, so prices for everyday goods, like bread and oil, skyrocketed. Savings were wiped out, and trust in the economic system collapsed. This economic instability created a vicious cycle. The government couldn't collect enough taxes to pay its soldiers, leading to constant mutinies and civil wars as legions would declare their own generals as emperor, hoping for a bigger payday. Does this sound familiar? Modern nations grapple with massive national debts and use complex financial tools to manage their economies. When governments print more money to cover their spending, they risk devaluing their currency and triggering the same kind of inflation that crippled Rome. Next, consider the problem of overexpansion and military overstretch. At its peak, the Roman Empire stretched from Britain to Mesopotamia, a colossal territory that was incredibly difficult to govern and defend. Its long borders were under constant pressure from so-called barbarian tribes seeking land, resources, or simply to escape other conflicts. Maintaining such a vast frontier required a huge, expensive army. The constant warfare drained the treasury and pulled farmers and laborers away from their fields and workshops, disrupting the economy. Modern superpowers also maintain a global military presence, with bases and commitments spread across the world. These deployments are incredibly costly, diverting trillions of dollars that could be used for domestic needs like infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Just as Rome struggled to defend its far-flung borders, today's powers face the challenge of managing complex geopolitical threats on multiple fronts, stretching their resources thin. Political corruption was another cancer eating away at the heart of Rome. The process of becoming emperor often involved bribery, assassination, and civil war. The Praetorian Guard, the emperor's elite bodyguards, frequently auctioned off the throne to the highest bidder, creating extreme political instability. During the crisis of the 3rd century, over 20 emperors ruled in just 50 years, most of whom met violent ends. This constant turmoil paralyzed effective governance and made long-term planning impossible. Citizens grew cynical and disconnected from a political system they saw as corrupt and self-serving. In our own era, public trust in political institutions is at historic lows in many countries. Scandals, partisan gridlock, and the influence of money in politics breed a similar cynicism. When people feel that their leaders are not working for the common good, the social contract that holds a nation together begins to fray. Perhaps the most insidious factor was a gradual loss of what the Romans called virtus, or civic virtue. This was the idea that citizens had a duty to participate in public life and prioritize the well-being of the state over their own personal interests. As the empire grew wealthier and more complex, this sense of shared responsibility faded. The wealthy retreated to their luxurious country villas, avoiding taxes and civic duties, while the urban poor became dependent on bread and circuses, free food and entertainment provided by the state to keep them pacified. People stopped seeing themselves as Romans first, and instead identified more with their local region, their profession, or their personal pursuits. Today, we see a similar trend of social fragmentation. Intense political polarization, the rise of online echo chambers, and a focus on individual identity over shared national identity can weaken the bonds that unite a society. A loss of civic engagement and a decline in social trust make it harder to solve collective problems, from economic inequality to environmental challenges. Rome's collapse was accelerated by its reliance on external forces for its defense. By the 4th and 5th centuries, the Roman army was increasingly composed of non-Roman soldiers, often from the very tribes they were fighting. While these federated troops were skilled warriors, their loyalty was often to their commanders or their own people, not to the Roman state. When the pressure mounted, these internal divisions proved fatal. Modern nations also face challenges related to immigration and integration. When societies fail to successfully integrate newcomers and create a shared sense of belonging, it can lead to social friction and division. Rome's story shows that a society's strength lies in its ability to forge a common identity among a diverse population. Ultimately, the fall of Rome was a perfect storm. Economic decay, military overstretch, political corruption, and social decay all fed into each other, creating a downward spiral from which the empire could not recover. It wasn't one single blow, but 1,000 cuts that brought the giant to its knees. The lessons from Rome are not a prediction of inevitable doom, but a stark warning. They remind us that no civilization, no matter how powerful, is immune to the forces of history. The challenges of managing a complex economy, defending national interests, maintaining political integrity, and fostering a sense of shared purpose are as relevant today as they were 1,500 years ago. Are we destined to repeat the mistakes of the past? Or can we learn from Rome's fall to fortify our own societies against the slow decay that can bring down even the mightiest of powers? History provides the blueprint of what went wrong. The rest is up to us. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the past thought-provoking, please like this video and subscribe to Documentary Reel for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world.